Hey there, Zickler Burke, Junior Senior Algebra class. We are going to do a new skill. I noticed looking ahead into the ALEKS that's coming up. And there's going to be something that asks, so find two consecutive whole numbers between which the square root of some number lies. So I thought that question, which I probably didn't get the exact wording of it right, I'm not reading off the screen, just going from memory, that might be confusing. Let me explain. So, for instance, let's say we want the square root of 3. So the square root of 3 is approximately what? So it lies between which two numbers? So we know that 3 is not a perfect square, and but we know that 1 is a perfect square, right? Because 1 times 1 equals 1, right? So the square root of 1 is 1. Right? Now we also know that 4 is a perfect square too, right? Because 2 times 2 equals 4. So the square root of 4 equals 2, right? So if we want the square root of, so we know that we have squares, perfect squares of 1, and we've got a perfect square of 4, but we don't have a root of 3, a square root of 3. So question mark there. So what we know then is that the square root of 3, because it does exist, it's going to be like 1.4 or something like that, but it's going to be an irrational number, so it's going to be like 1.4, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, it's going to go on forever like that. But we know that it'll be in between 1 and 4. We know that it'll be in between 1 and 2, right? The square root of 3 is going to be in between 1 and 2 because the square root of 1 was 1 and the square root of 4 was 2. So the square root of 3 is going to be somewhere in here. And so those two consecutive numbers that they're looking for are going to be the numbers 1 and 2. So somewhere in between 1, let's just say 1.4 for now, and I don't know what it actually is. The square root of 3 is going to be something like that. It's going to be in between those two numbers, and I think that's the way that they're going to want you to answer it. It's going to be 1, 2.